Welcome back to Reddit Story Time. Today we have 4 incredible stories. Let's dive right in.
Story number 1, the parking spot Karen who got her car towed. Here's a story about a woman who thought she'd found a loophole and drove straight into a towing receipt. A retail store manager posted this one. His shop shares a parking area with the house next door, and honestly it looks like one big lot, but his side has exactly 3 spots, clearly marked for customers only. The neighbor on the other side is Betty, a sweet older woman who runs a therapy practice and bakes him cookies. Then there's the woman we'll call Karen, who works at the gas station down the block. Karen decided his 3 customer spots were her personal parking. First time he asked politely, she ignored him. Second time she yelled at him. Third time she told him to shut up. Here's the thing, his signs didn't say anything about towing, so his hands were tied. Then came the day she strutted over. He asked her to move and she smirked and said, "Fine, I'll just park over there then." She moved her car onto Betty's side of the lot, and Betty's side has exactly one sign. It reads, "Private property owners will be towed at their own expense." So the manager did what any of us would do. He acted annoyed. He let her think she'd won. Then he walked inside and called Betty. Betty was delighted to help and called the tow company immediately. Karen came running out just in time to watch her car disappear down the street, screaming, while the manager watched from his porch with a smile. You can argue with a sign. You cannot argue with a tow truck.
And the verdict, instant karma towed.
Story number 2, the sister who demanded a free washing machine. This next story is a masterclass in entitlement because the ending is so audacious you'll want to frame it. 6 weeks ago, a woman's sister had her washing machine break down. Sister asked, "Can I do a load at your place?" Of course, she's family. That was the mistake. One load became 4 or 5 loads a week. She has a house key from years back, so she lets herself in during the workday, uses the machine, the detergent, the dryer, and about half the time leaves a load sitting wet in the drum. Twice, she left the door open and the cat climbed in. So the poster finally asked, gently, when she'd be getting her own machine fixed. Oh, she said a repairman quoted her $180. She doesn't have it, and besides, quote, "You don't even notice, you're at work anyway." When it was pointed out that the detergent alone was adding up, and maybe she could contribute something, suddenly the poster was cruel for picking on a single mother. But here's the finish. Monday morning, the phone rings. Sister has found a machine on sale for $260, and she asks the poster to just buy it for her. Her reasoning, and I quote, "You've obviously got a decent one, so you can afford it, and it works out cheaper for you in the long run than me coming over all the time." Read that again. She framed buying her an appliance as a cost-saving measure for the person paying. That's not spin. That's gymnastics. The comments overwhelmingly agreed. Change the locks, or at minimum, take that house key back.
And the verdict, entitlement level Olympic.
Story number 3, free seedlings, but Karen wants them delivered with tomatoes. Now, a story from the Choosing Beggars files, and it might be the purest example of the genre ever posted. A gardener had 12 extra tomato seedlings, so they listed them online for free. 15-centimeter tall seedlings, little baby plants. Along comes a woman who asks to reserve 8 of them. Fine. Then the requests begin. First, she wants matching ceramic pots included because plastic looks, quote, temporary. Told they come as they are, she asks the critical question, are they fruiting? They are 15 centimeters tall. No, they are not fruiting, they are infants. So she proposes a compromise. The gardener should keep the seedlings, water them daily, wait until they have actual tomatoes on them, and then deliver them to her house because her patio has stairs. Let's just sit with that math. She wanted a stranger to provide free pots, free labor, free months of watering, free door-to-door delivery of fully grown tomato plants. The gardener declined. And here's where it becomes legend. The woman reported the free giveaway post as misleading because, in her words, seedlings suggests future food is included. The gardener deleted her reservation and moved on. And the universe provided the ending. That same evening, someone else collected all 12 seedlings and came back a few days later with a bag of fresh lemons as a thank you. Free lemons for free tomatoes. That's how the exchange is supposed to work. Somewhere out there, a woman is still waiting for her stare-free, pre-fruiting, ceramic potted delivery.
And the verdict, free means free, Karen.
Story number 4, that old bee should have just stayed home. Our last story is short, but it ends with the most quietly devastating comeback I've read all week. A woman and her husband went to a free outdoor concert, a Broadway preview night with musical numbers. Not exactly a mosh pit crowd. They grabbed decent aisle seats, paper plates with dinner sandwiches on their laps, and settled in as the show was about to start. That's when 3 young women walked up and one announced, "Can we have these seats? There are 3 of us." Not, "Is anyone sitting here? Can we have these?" Said with total confidence, like it was a subscription benefit. The woman said, "No, we want to sit here." The response, "There are seats for 2 people back there," pointing to the rear as if the couple should relocate themselves to accommodate the group that arrived last. Again, "No," and then standing right in front of her. The young woman turned to her friends and said the sentence that defines this entire episode: "That old B-word should have just stayed home." Our narrator admits she was instantly furious and said nothing, because sometimes the best revenge is simply being somewhere. She writes, "I may be an old B-word, but I am an old B-word who goes to the theater." And her closing wish is the karma of the story. I hope she remembers this in 30 years when she is an old B-word too. The seats stayed occupied, the sandwiches stayed delicious, the show went on, and somewhere behind them, 3 very late arrivals learned that the world does not, in fact, recede itself for them.
And the verdict, karma is a long game.
That's all for today. If you enjoyed these stories, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell for more. See you next time.